Jean-Francois Di Meglio, you're president of Asia Center based in Paris. And I would like to ask you, 2 months before the COP21 in Paris, how do you see the main challenges that the conference participants will have to face regarding climate change?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the invitation. I mean, this is a very interesting conference organized by Bruegel and ASF, and we participate with ASF a lot. I'm quite happy to be here. Before we speak about challenges, I think it's important also to say that there are opportunities because we benefit from previous failures. We have to call them so. Of course, from my experience recently, what I can notice is Copenhagen was a traumatic experience, and even emerging countries now have realized that they have to come up with a very, very cooperative spirit. And of course, there is a lot of cooperative spirit on the other side, meaning the emerged countries. But the big challenge is probably, of course, financing the efforts. The first challenge will be, of course, the fund, because we've got to find $100 billion a year, or euros. It's very close after all. And we are not yet there. We are almost 20%, 30% there. So this is a big challenge. And also the challenge is that time is running. We are currently benchmarking the efforts in terms of degrees of elevation of the temperature. I think we have put a big importance to quantitative goals, and possibly we should also look at qualitative goals, because it will take a long time before we really are sure that we match the quantitative goals.
Then the question is, what are, according to you, the most promising routes that negotiations should follow to improve our capacity to face this climate change challenge?
One of the innovations of COP21, even though it was present in the previous COPs, is the strong involvement wished by the organizers from the civil society, the NGOs, and so on and so forth. So there is not only an approach towards negotiation between important parties or stakeholders, but there is also an involvement of contributions and suggestions by what we could call the bottom of the pyramid. Because after all, this is also one of the stumbling blocks. If you do not persuade people at the bottom of the pyramid that the common effort will be beneficial for all, including them, and not only depriving the bottom of the pyramid from the benefits of growth, then you would not have an inclusive agreement. And what is needed is definitely an inclusive agreement. So probably the inclusion of NGOs and civil society is what can help make it instead of break it.